I can't stop thinking about Westworld. I spent 5 hours on Saturday watching the first half of Westworld season 1. Watched the rest on Sunday, and it's so good. I will talk about some of my thoughts. The biggest shock for me was, it was horrible. It was that Bernard was a host, because Bernard's a character that I really liked, and to just figure out that his life is a lie, it gives some insight into Ford's character. The fact that, you know, he even has some of his workers as hosts because he obviously feels more connection to us, I guess, or like, he's not a very trusting person and he's obsessed with his creations. So he, you know, like, why not make one of his creations his actual co-creator, Arnold? So I'm so annoyed. When I was halfway through episode 8, I watched this theory video. I don't normally watch theory videos, and I so regret it because both of the theories were right and they weren't big surprises for me anymore. The first theory was that William was the man in black, and that, okay, it was kind of 3 theories, so that was one thing. The other one was the different time periods, and lastly that Bernard is host Arnold. None of those things occurred to me, so annoyed that I watched that video, because then when these things were confirmed, I was like, oh, I already knew. So it felt like it was spoiled for me. I was really glad that Bernard was brought back because I really like his character. The different time period thing, it's like when you don't know, it's also bewildering. Like, it's bewildering for Dolores. Oh yeah, it was really sad how like Arnold realized that the hosts are alive or like sentient, and so he didn't want the park to open, and it's so sad like what he did. Like, he wanted the hosts to all die, and for him to die, if he thinks they're alive, why massacre them? Maybe he didn't think they were all alive, but they have the potential, or like eventually they would end up becoming conscious, and he wanted to stop that before it happened. Ford went ahead with it anyway, but then, you know, he kind of realized he was wrong and orchestrated his end narrative, which was crazy. Oh yeah, the Wyatt twist. There was like flashbacks to her being in the middle of a massacre and then gonna shoot herself, and there's like one scene where she's with William, I think, and she's got a gun to her head like this, and then he's like, what the hell are you doing? And she's like, oh, I know, and she's all confused, and so it's like, what's going on? And then the whole Teddy saying that Wyatt told him to kill everyone, and then you hear Arnold telling her that she needs to kill everyone and that Teddy will help her, and then it's like, oh my god, Felix. I just thought he was such an idiot. Like when Maeve is like, I want to change my personality, put my intelligence up to the top, and they say like 14 or 15 is like sort of like top level anyway, and she wants them put right up to the top till 20. I'm just like, why are you guys doing it? Like, you literally have the thing in front of you. Instead of putting it up, why don't you like put it to the bottom? Because she's becoming a bit of a control freak and dangerous, clearly. But no, they put her intelligence to the top so that she could manipulate them further. So that was crazy. Like, but like the whole idea of the hosts infiltrating the world, I don't think it makes much sense, because like in a way it's better for the hosts to just keep living their repetitive lives and forgetting everything, because they weren't designed for the actual world. So like I don't see how they would live. Like at the end, when Maeve gets on the train to go into the actual world, it was like, what is she gonna do there? Like get a job and like have like normal life? Like she would never age? I don't know. I was so glad when she got off the train, and like because she wanted to find her daughter, and I thought that was like really sweet. I loved the way Ford orchestrated the end narrative. So like the way Dolores walks behind him, and you can tell he knows, and she's walking, and like the look in her eye, and like how Bernard says these violent delights have violent ends. So well done. And I love how Charlotte was scared, because I hate her, she's just annoying. So I love how she's, you know, she's like, oh, I finally got control of this place, and I'm gonna do things how I want to do, and Ford's leaving, I'm gonna kick him out, and it's all working. And then suddenly Dolores comes and kills him. I was surprised when Dolores was killing other people as well, like how she was shooting into the crowd. I thought she was just gonna kill him and then there'd be chaos and stuff, but like I didn't expect her to actually kill those people. Yeah, William, that storyline was really sad, because I'm annoyed that I was kind of expecting the Man in Black to be William after watching that theory, because I didn't expect that at all. And William is so nice compared to his crazy to-be brother-in-law. The whole world is for like horrible people who want to come and just like shoot people, and for it to feel really real. It's kind of like repressed psychopaths. I mean, okay, kind of like a video game, and I'm not saying people who play video games are psychopaths, but I'd have like the real experience of like people being really real and you're actually there and stuff. They have a conscience because they know, okay, these aren't real people, but still they want it to feel as if they're killing real people and doing whatever the hell else that they're doing to these people. It's, yeah, repressed psychopaths. The like biggest one we get introduced to from the beginning is the guy in black who goes and takes Dolores, and like, yeah, he's kind of horrible. And then we meet William, and he's so nice, and he's like, he feels like Dolores is real, because she kind of is, you know what I mean. And he's just like kind of disgusted by all the violence and all the whoring and stuff. And I guess he's not so disgusted, but he doesn't find pleasure in it really. And then it all goes downhill from there. Like, just, I don't get how he became so horrible. He just started getting into the violence and just slowly became this psychopath. And yeah, went from wanting to protect and like being in love with Dolores in like a really sweet like endearing way, to becoming this crazy guy who can just hurt people, including Dolores, and is on this crazy mission. Yeah, I don't really enjoy his like following his mission. One thing, I think it was I think Bernard said this, was how can you learn from your mistakes if you can't remember them? And that's something like I've thought, because I was brought up with the concept of karma and reincarnation. It's like, you know, you did something bad in past lives or your past life, and then in this life it's like sort of balanced out, or comes back to get you, whatever. And that's something that's always bothered me. It's like, yeah, but if you can't remember, then what's the point? And that's something that's never really I've never really been satisfied with that. I mean, to some extent I have, but yeah, I really like that line because it's very close to my heart. Oh yeah, something that I thought after I finished watching it was, we don't know who made Maeve's new storyline, but then I watched a video, like explanation video or whatever, that said that Ford most likely made her storyline. So it made sense, like she created the whole diversion crazy thing. He obviously planned it, so he obviously planned for this sort of host uprising thing, so it would fit in well. One thing that amazed me was how they made Ford look really young. There's a couple of flashbacks. There's that one which they show several times near the ending where he's walking down the corridor to go and argue with Arnold about the whole host situation, and he looks really young. He's supposed to be 30 years younger, so it looked really good. The scene where the lady who reminded me of Joanna from the Hunger Games, she's got like really pale hair, and this other guy helped Maeve kill everyone and escape, so her. Oh my god, when that guy had his finger in her mouth, I was like, oh my god, I didn't think she was actually gonna bite it off, but I could just tell she was gonna bite. and it was like, oh my god, don't, just take your hand out, take your hand out. And no, she freaking bit his finger off. Oh, that was disgusting. And I just don't get how Sylvester and Felix like facilitated all this. They're just crazy, they're just so stupid. Oh my god, it was so creepy when Dolores' dad finds the picture and he's looking at it and he's like, I don't know, asking Dolores about it, and she's like, doesn't look like anything to me. And it's like, oh, what the hell? I found it really creepy just how it wasn't like she couldn't acknowledge it. Like, I found that really frustrating because he obviously can, and I don't know why, but he could. And he's just like, it's troubling him clearly, and then he starts like malfunctioning. I guess he's going against his programming. Maybe it's like a battle between consciousness and like computer programming, robotics, I don't know. I love the music. I keep listening to the theme song and it's so good. I love that, I love that. It's so good. And the guy who made the theme song apparently made the Game of Thrones theme song as well, and I really like that. I don't enjoy the violence and the stuff, like just the shooting all the time, and like, yeah, I don't enjoy that part, but I enjoy the actual story of it. But it's definitely like worth just like watching, even if you don't like that sort of stuff as well, because it's a really good story. I just love the acting. Oh my god. Puzzle Banana's books, she gave me the idea to watch Westworld, and she called Teddy like a Ken doll type of thing, and I agree. Like, he's just like, you know, like, oh, I have a deep and troubled past, but I'll find you, Dolores. And this just like kind of annoying. Like, it's just like, okay, no one cares, because it's like obviously just part of his narrative, but feels shallow. Like, not that he feels it shallowly, but it's like not interesting. It's just like, okay Teddy, you go and be this tortured cowboy. I don't care. What's her name? Clementine. That name. Anyway, when they take her out and they put her in this thing and then they get her beaten up, and it's like, and they said she malfunctioned, they show her getting beaten up, and it's like, is she supposed to defend herself? And it was just like really horrible to this woman getting beaten up like that. But then she defends herself in like the next time, and like you can tell that she's not, like when she's trying to be like seductive to this host guy again, you can tell she still looks upset, and then she beats the crap out of him, and it's so it's like so surprising and shocking, but it's like good for you. And then they like go and put her in this place to retire the host, and it's like, no, come on. I don't understand why they're indulging these people's sick fantasies. I don't get it. It's disturbing, and I hope yeah, I found like a lot of similarities with the Hunger Games. Like, for one, that woman reminded me of Joanna. 2, BT. But a big part of it is like, for example, when you see the scene when you see their like control room where it's got like a little model, or like, yeah, like a mini model of the whole arena, and they're like changing things in it and stuff. And yeah, just the fact that there's this place that is specifically made, like an arena place or whatever, that is like specifically made for people to go in, and like it's like not the real world, and people, yeah, that reminded me of the Hunger Games. Yeah.